Hello and welcome back to the Steam Workshop. My name is Mark, I'm the lead engineer on the Effie rebuild, and here is what I've been up to this week. Okay, so what we've got on the table here is we have got the connecting rods and the crossheads. Now the connecting rods attach the cylinders to the wheels. So we've got a little end and we've got a big end. Now the oil light bearings have been pressed in. The oil light we've got going on, we've got an oiling hole on the little end bearing, and we have a spring-topped oil pot for the lubrication of the big end bearing. Connecting the little end to the crosshead, this has all been remachined. So I've remachined the base, I've remachined the hole, and I've made brand spanking new pins, brand spanking new collars, which go into the pins, and then there is a taper pin that knocks through and holds that assembly all together. And that passes through the crosshead and holds the little end in place. Just like on Blue Peter, here's one I did earlier. So you can see there the collar and pin. And we have got a little bit of side-to-side movement, which is exactly what we want, but there is no front to back or up and down movement of that bearing. And yeah, when the engine's assembled, you'll reach in with your oil pot to lubricate that oil hole there. So those rods are all done and dusted. The connecting rods, bearings are also in situ. Oil holes drilled, top and bottom, in the original lubrication method, which is just a recess with a hole. Oil light bearings, they trap oil very, very well, so that should be more than enough. Another thing I've made is I've made two new pins, and these pins are for connecting the valve rod at the front to the valve crank. Although I need to get a 15mm reamer, I've got one on order, so that hole will get reamed out beginning of next week. Little project I did a bit ahead of the game is I made two new collars, and these collars are for the main crank pins on the wheel sets. To hold all the motion on. I was making collars for the pins, so I thought while I'm at it, make two new collars for the wheel sets. Now finishing touches have been made to the swinging link bracket. So these were mounted to the side of the frame and they were just over long previously, so I've turned it down. It's threaded, so it'll get a brand spanking new nylock nut on the end, and it'll be a case of every time you ever need to undo that, you throw that in the bin and you put a brand spanking new nylock nut back on the end. There is enough thread space there to do two back nuts if needs be, but I'm going for the nylock on this one. Okay, so this part has taken up quite a big chunk of this week. At the end of last week, I was surface grinding the valve faces. I've covered them in masking tape just to protect that surface, stop it getting scratched up, especially while I'm manhandling it and playing around with all the other components. The valve chests have been cleaned up. The insides were basically raw casting. I wanted to clean them all up because on the new valve arrangement, it's actually going to have a support bracket in the back to support a valve rod, which will carry on through the valve. Previously, when it was on the crossheads like this, the valve stopped here in the middle of the cylinder, middle of the valve chest, which actually meant the valve was diving into that face, which is why all that damage was caused to that face. So the new valve arrangement, I have started machining the new valves here. This started out as a piece of round cast iron. I've machined it into a rectangular chunk, ready for my next process, creating the valves. And I've done that twice. Yeah, so I've faced top and bottom of the valve chests to make them parallel to each other, and I've machined all the inside to clean it up. It's not 100% perfect because there's still raw casting in the corner, but I wanted to get this face flat predominantly because I'm going to be drilling a hole in line with this hole here in the base for the rod to extend out through the back of the cylinder, sorry, the valve chest. And again, another valve block ready machined up. I've also started doing the layout on the valve buckles. So these will have a rectangular hole in the middle, and that will drive the valve. So that will basically sit up through a hole in the base of there, and that will be the driving force of the valve, and that is just a work in progress at the moment, but it's all coming along really quite well. One thing I said I was going to do at the end of last week was I was going to split this wheel set. I've procrastinated and avoided having to do it this week, maybe next week. But yeah, I've got lots of work to do, and yeah, this is probably the job I fear the most, is splitting axles, especially on cast wheels. Don't want to damage any wheels, but yeah, gonna have to figure out how to set that apart so I can get the valve eccentrics off and get that part machined on. Yeah, I'll keep putting it off. So that's the end of another week here at the Steam Workshop. I wasn't sure how much I would get done this week. I've procrastinated, I've avoided doing the wheel sets, but there's lots and lots of other tasks, bringing everything all back, making everything as exact as I can. So I've worked really, really hard on my accuracy. So that's a big plus for me this week. And moving on to next week, it's more of the same. More machining to get done. Got lots of parts to get prepared to get back onto this engine before I can get anywhere near paint, but it's all looking good. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I shall catch you next time.